Président Donald Trump associé à the US-China agreement oppose tariff escalation ta émergé over the weekend do no appear to match the it is official description of the agreement. Following the conclusion of the G20 summit in Argentina, the US leader describes the agreement procure with Beijing, à one of the largest delivery made. China's President Xi Jinping government will be opening up on jetting of tariff. Du it en UV, Dino Backup Trunk à China ending tarif, bureau ferré institut à temporaire et agrément, note au reste furté. Andy Gavlet l'indication of China opening up. In a statement, the it press secretary à Beijing oui agrito pour chazano y agri upon, buverie substantielle à monofus. Agricultural, énergie, industriel and daté produit nord des taux redus the trade imbalance beto, orto country, during the talcase meeting. The two super power agrito de l'additional tax, on échette for the next 90 des during ichtimte we trito overcome difficulty France including for cette technologie transfert. Intellectuelle property protection, non-tarif barrier, CB intrusi and CBTF. The President a conclusion, à the trade agreement, also did China's stat media mort mesure et description. Du itus dino immédiat les responto, ACNBC request for comme overnig. Political watch et work week to iglig the contrast between l'ofti proclamation and the official statement from the itus. Un commence au number on priority is the appearance of, agridil maquet, c'est maintaroaba, a formé US. State Department officiel spécialisé in the Corée during the Obama administration. I de Snmateto et Maze de Taillard, along Lux Tronto et supporter. I conto anything associated with him, spécialisé, ting quand juste begou, t'en to be best, Oba continuait. In septembre, USTR et un des pressures from américains business to resolve the traffic. Company in China set were already hurting from the initial $50 billion worth of tariff, according to a joint survey from the American Chamber of Commerce China and the American Chamber of Commerce Shanghai. Complaint from American Corporation well, as the Republican Party lost in the midterm election, marbe adding pressure, entre un taux is tension, c'est David Edelman, formé US. The President's IG for Adil, EC. Ambassador to Singapore and adjunct professor at the New York University. Il n'est of attratism for a welcome the international community, skepticism from Ato et Washington and Beijing, ultimately rehash, a solution talito a rollback of cure tarif. The result of the discussion in Buenos Aires positive, but contraire au président enthousiastique comment, dino résulte n'abrique trog, c'est Adelman. Beyond the trade front, Beijing will also more vigorous les prosecute fentanyl smugglé, the itus statement c'est. Fentanyl est synthetic wata is 50 times more addictive que roab, l'inquietotus of overdose in the unité stat. China et one of the world top producer of ingredient used au manufacture fentanyl, according to the US. It is referred to China instance, on fentanyl à wonderful humanitarian gesture. Department of Justice.